What's going on, guys? It's Lewis, and first of all I just want to apologise again for having a week break. As I said, my girlfriend was here and I didn't really want to do videos while she was here, but she's gone now so I can continue. I'm gonna continue with my server guides because I've always thought that setting up servers has probably been one of the most complicated things on the planet. Until I actually learned how to set them up, and then they're actually really quite easy. Now, last video I showed you how to set up a sort of default stock Minecraft server, as you can see here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a bucket server. There are a few advantages to using the bucket server, mainly plugins. I think it handles memory a bit better, so you'll get better performance on the same sort of system. And it's just generally a bit better for more public server hosting, mainly for the plugins because of what they can prevent people from doing. You know, you've got anti-griefing plugins, anti-cheat plugins, you've got lots of plugins that can and will make your server better for the public, which is why if you look, most server hosts will tell you that they use craftbukkit to host your server when you go and buy them. But never mind about all that, we're going to set up our own bucket server. Now you're going to need two files here, the craftbukkit.jar and run.bat. Now I'm not going to give you the download for run.bat, sorry, but I will give you the code to create it. It's really simple and it's not really worth your time in even downloading it because it takes actually a few seconds to do. But first of all, as always, create your little server folder here. So craftbukkit server, I've made mine, and drag and drop your .jar file in here. And then once you've done that, go ahead and rename it to just craftbukkit. The link to everything needed will be in the description, so to the actual jar folder and the bucket homepage, as well as the plugins, but I will do a separate video on the plugins and how to set them up and configure them. So once you've renamed it to craftbukkit, make sure you do not get rid of the extension. It should be craftbukkit.jar. And once you've done that, open up a notepad document and copy and paste this into it. This will be in the description. This little line of coding here will be in the description, just for you to go ahead and drop that into your notepad. And then once you've done that, go File, Save As, and navigate to your craftbukkit folder and save it as run.bat. But before you actually click on save, go to Save As Type All Files. If you leave it as text documents, it will come out as run.bat.txt. So make sure it's run.bat and on all files. Once you've done that, go ahead and press save, and there we go, we've got run.bat. Now we can exit out of that. Once you've got this small little batch file, this is how you're going to run craftbukkit. So go ahead and open that up, and it'll come up with a whole bunch of warnings as per usual, and it'll set up the spawn area, sorry, and you can stop it. The commands for the most part are the exact same as the default Minecraft server there, but as you can see, the files it creates are a bit different. You've got permissions, bucket, world underscore the end, world underscore nether, world, and plugins. Obviously plugins is where you put your plugins, but again, that's for a different video. Now once you've done that and you've completely exited out of the server, once again go ahead and open up server.properties, and you will have all these lovely options to go through. They're all very self-explanatory. Allow nether, true or false, the name of the world, which is here, so world, Again, I'm not sure what that means. I meant to look that up, but I forgot. Apologies, I'll try and do it now. Allow flight, again, obvious. The server port, leave it as 25565. Level type, again, obvious. Believe that's op powers. Level seed, obvious. Server IP. Now, here is, if you're using Hamachi, once again, put in your, I don't know my Hamachi IP off by heart. Put in your Hamachi IP. Otherwise, just go ahead and put in your own server IP if you're actually port forwarding it. It's basically the same thing. Just make sure you put the correct IP in here, otherwise it won't work. Max build height, obvious. Spawn NPCs, obvious. Whitelist, obvious. Spawn animals, obvious. Hardcore, obvious. Most of them are obvious. Again, if you are using Hamachi or you want people with cracked clients to connect, make sure online mode is set to false. If you're not using Hamachi and you want to give yourself some authority, you know, for the servers, for the accounts that are connecting to your server, sorry, to have to be, you know, go through an authorization check, make sure you put that to true, otherwise they can log in with any name. PvP, again, obvious. 0 is peaceful, 1 is easy, 2 is normal, 3 is hard. Game mode, 0 is survival, 1 is creative, and 2 is adventure. Max players, obvious. Spawn monsters, obvious. Generate structures, obvious. View distance is the amount of blocks in the sort of radius that it will generate, and MOTD is the message of the day. And that is pretty much your Bukkit server setup. You still have the plugins to set up, which, as I said, I will go into in another video. But once you've done all that, just go to run.bat, and that is your server setup. At the moment, for 1.4.2, Bukkit is currently in beta, so there may be a few issues. They generally get the servers up pretty quickly. I've just been a bit slow on this one so far, but yeah, it works fine, trust me on that. And yeah, that's it really. That's your Bukkit server set up for people to connect. Once again, keep your eyes peeled for the next video where I'll be going through plugins, specifically recommended plugins, how to set them up, what to do with them, the impacts that they can have on your server, etc, etc. Just keep your eyes peeled for that. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you've learned something from it, and I will see you next time. So goodbye guys.